Give me a second, guys. I forgot to open that. Hi. Hello. Can you hear me? Let me share my screen quickly. Yo. Mm. Hi, Emmanuel. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Can you hear me and can you see my screen? 684. 77684. Hi, Emmanuel. How are you? Please share the link, guys. Share the link. Share the link, guys. Share the link. Share the link. Tap that like button. Let's get everyone on. Yeah, so Hero, this thing I've been, we've been waiting for this trade for so long. Remember when we saw this trade was here. This trade was here. We were trying to, it was going up. So we wanted it to come into this zone to continue up, and it just kept going up. But now it's done what it wanted to do. It's giving us a new high. Definitely coming to continue in this zone. As in, I can't even shout. I can't even shout. Where is everybody? Share the link, guys. And catching that cell was so tough for me because I didn't understand this structure. I didn't like it. It was this cell, but I saw it late. I saw that cell late. You're all welcome, welcome, welcome. Share the live, share the live, share the screen. I mean, I say share the screen, share the link, and tap that like button, guys. Only 4 people in class today, and I'm seeing only Emmanuel commenting. Okay, so we're going to start with. Wait, I'm already in Euro odd. It's actually in the zone. Okay, it could come down further, but I'm in Euro odd. I'm already buying Euro odd. Okay. My strategy, if you want to enjoy my strategy, you would have to just trust the analysis and go in. Okay. If you want to trade the way I trade with my QML, You just have to trust the strategy and trust your analysis. So the thing is, you can actually wait for extra confirmation, but the problem we have these days is while you're waiting for extra confirmation, this thing just goes to the moon or to hell, wherever it wants to go to. So if you're not good at using candles, you can use the engulfing candle on smaller time frames to enter. But no, heck no. I've been waiting for this trade for over 2 months. I can't even like I don't want to miss it for anything. I'd rather have a drawdown than for me to miss this trade. So it's right in my zone. Yeah, it's right in my zone. I won't be surprised if some people have not gotten it because I mean the buy limit was set at 1.77684. But you can wait for it, it could still get there, but it's in the zone right now. This is my zone. This is my zone. Hmm? It's in my zone right now, so can't afford to play around with it. All right, you're all welcome. Welcome, welcome. Just comment where you're tuning in from in the chat box, share the link, and tap that like button. Tap that like button. So let's go. We are looking at euro odd, but I want to look at other things. First of all, I want us to look at the DXY. Let's see what the DXY is really doing. Let's see what the DXY is doing. Then we can continue for the day because right now, I believe the DXY is losing a lot of strength. It's selling. The DXY is selling, and if the DXY is selling, you already know. You already know. You already know what's up. So even if we were seeing sales in GU, in AU, once the USD is selling, it will affect those pairs. All right, it will affect those pairs. Tap the like button, guys, and share the link. Let's go. All right. So let's look at it from the beginning. You know, we already knew that DXY was supposed to be selling, but at a point she started consolidating. I'm just going to delete everything. Okay. So we can clearly see it's a downtrend. Okay. Currently, let's check this last move. All right. So the DXY already started selling from the monthly. You can see it's been selling. It tapped into that zone. All right. And it's been going down. Okay. There are rumors that there's something happening that, all the economy is about to tank. So we're just going to follow what we see though on the charts. I mean, that's all I believe in. The news can come and go, but usually the charts. All right. So we can clearly see that from this zone, the market has been tanking. You see, it's giving us lower lows and lower highs. Came back here, gave us a new low right here. All right. So DXY is what is selling. DXY is selling. All right. Let's look at it on the daily. Can clearly see that downtrend. I hope you guys can see my screen. If you can see me and you can hear me, please put some fives in the chat box. Put some fives in the chat box. You're welcome. All right. All right. Because I was beginning to see, I wasn't seeing much action. Thank you so much. That's better. All right. So we can clearly see that DXY has been selling. All right. It's been selling. Came into another good premium zone right above the 6150 right there. Okay. And it's still selling. So yeah, So what confused a lot of traders is the market was consolidating at a point right here. There was a consolidation going on. So when DXY was at the bottom of the consolidation, you understand, and about to push up, people started selling GU, okay, because it was about to push up, it was at the bottom, about to go up. So if the US dollar is about to go up, you know you want to be selling GU, you want to be selling EU, okay? Right. So that's it. But then when it comes up, you know you want to be buying because you know that once it comes up, it's come trying to it's on its way to the bottom of the consolidation. So you can clearly see that the market was consolidating, the DXY was consolidated. But what is happening right now is that it's broken out. It's broken out of this consolidation. Okay, we want to know, is it planning to continue the sell? Usually, we like to see accumulation, manipulation, and on its way to the top. So let's see what's happening on the 8 hour. I don't like all these gaps. Let's see what's up. So it has actually swept this accumulation downward. It manipulated it downward. And who understands the power of three? Once there's accumulation, there's manipulation, and there is what distribution. So right now we know that okay, it has accumulated, the manipulation happened downwards. So we want to see, the best thing to for a smart trader to do is look for a reason to, for it to come back to sweep this, because after sweeping this it is coming for this. But you cannot get in until you are sure that she is ready to turn around. So I'm just looking at what is happening here, not really seeing much. Still pushing down. Still pushing down after this. Not really seeing much. Still pushing down. Looks like a break and retest. It's still pushing down. I'm not seeing much. US dollar is still pushing down. I'm not seeing much. Yeah, so the US dollar is pushing down. Once the US dollar is pushing down, you know what? It means GU, EU, AU, they're all going to be buying, because what's it telling you here, right here? It's telling you that the dollar is losing strength. That's what it's telling you. The dollar is losing strength. So with this, we are going to now analyze other pairs. I want to start with EU or G. Oh, GU. You knew we were selling GU on Friday, okay? Then we started a new market this week. We were selling it late Friday, made some money, took some money out, and left it. Okay, I left it before the close of So let's look at GU. I like GU. So see, we were selling GU. It came back to this zone and started buying again. Remember, we bought GU. For those of us that have been following me in my channel, we saw that buy from here. We were waiting for it to pull back to continue the buy. But then we came and saw a sell opportunity here. But right now, what is it looking like? It's looking like this thing is still going up. Why? Because the dollar is losing value. So we're going to do this all over again. We're going to do this all over again. Smash that like button and share the link, guys. Eddie Young, hello. Jay, welcome. Deborah, welcome. All right. Okay, so looking at the GBP USD, we see that it is what it is selling. This was the last low right here. This was the last low. It's selling. Okay, we know it's selling, but we have not seen any reason to continue the sell until it breaks structure, right? So we know it's selling, and this was the last move to the downside right here. This was the last swing. All right. So she's obviously buying into the next sell zone. But then you never know when the market is about to turn. So it's better you stick to what you see. So let's watch. All right. So right now we can clearly see the market be buying. It has gotten to a sell zone, but until we see a sell, we are not ready to sell. Even on this weekly time frame, you see that it never broke that zone to continue to sell. Let's see the daily. So once you get your range, you just go with what the market is doing. All right. So our buys are still on, actually. Our buys are still on. There is a sell zone incoming here with my strategy. Since it refused to take this zone as liquidity, it wants to still push in there. So the best thing to do is just continue the buy. Anticipate the sell, but continue what you see. So right now, we clearly see it's buying. Okay, it's buying. But remember, what did we see? What did we see? The US dollar is selling. That is why you should concentrate on the buys with GU. Really, it's not two ways about it. Concentrate on the buys. So we are seeing that she's been buying from this zone. Okay, we're going to continue. I want to see the 8 hours. She's been buying shamelessly. You know. So this was that zone we were looking at. That okay, after sweeping that zone, she's definitely even this zone we saw here. Okay, we saw that zone here. Okay, but she's not respecting it. She's still buying. So let's keep going. We follow what we see right now. Nobody is ready um to think for the market. You just trade what you see. Trade what you see. That's how we can overcome this market. So she's been buying from here. Let me see the 4 hour time frame. Yo, let's see. She's rallying up. Okay. This we are on the 15 minutes now. Let me see the 30. So much noise for me. All right. So that was the last break of structure. There's another one. It just broke another structure here again, right there. So we are looking to see it come back down. I'm not used to structure like this, in all honesty. The structure that G is giving me is not sweet right now. Okay. I'm just going to shorten this one. All right. So we can clearly see break of structure going up. All right. So we need to wait for the next buy zone. That's what we have to do because I mean, no, no, no. So for those that have been watching the Twitter space, Dapo wins the case. Yes. So you see, top-down analysis is beautiful, especially if you can also measure it up with what the DXY is doing. Okay. All right. So that's BOS right there. Okay. I'm so not used to this. Let me go down to the 15 minutes. All right, that's better. That's better. Yeah, so I can clearly see the where it took off from here to give us a new high. Okay. have to just continue with what we see. Took off from here and gave us a new high. Nice retracement into that zone. Mm. So because I'm seeing a BOS here, okay, because I'm seeing a BOS here, that thing didn't really pull back the way I want. It didn't really pull back. This was the last point of origin here that gave us the new high here. Okay, point of interest that pushed this market to the upside. Okay, now if you are looking at it like this thing hasn't really pulled back in. I would love to see it pull back in. Okay, it hasn't really come back down. Instead, what did it do? It used the break of structure, which is strong support, and continued upward. Came back, swept liquidity, tapped into this zone here. Yeah, it tapped into that zone here and gave us another high. Yeah. So right now, there's nothing I see with GU. Hoping if it sells, honestly, this is where I'll be targeting. All this is too much noise. This is nonsense to me. I would like to see it come down here. Sweep nice liquidity on this side to continue the buy. Okay. Yeah, the structure looks really funny. So this one has already been mitigated with that entry here. All right. This has already been mitigated with that entry here. So what we have to do is we just watch what the market is doing. This one has left us behind. In terms of the sell, well, I think she's going up all the way to sweep that liquidity. Since the US dollar is weak, you expect GU to keep going up. Just expect GU to keep going up. All right. Just expect GU to keep going up. This is the only next zone I should be expecting another sell. This is another sell zone right here. Here. All right, but I'm not even anticipating. I'm going to follow what the market is giving me. And so far she's buying. But how do we wait for the next buy? That's the problem. We have to wait for the next buy. We have to just wait for the next buy. And I prefer this zone. I prefer to wait here. Looks like this zone has already delivered to give us a new high. I hardly come on the 15 minutes these days, but looking like the 15 minutes has more structure. See, look at this zone here. There's a lot. It needs to pull back, but we don't know when. She might pull back to this zone. There are zones here, this zone here, and continue. Okay? Or decide to come down all the way to this zone here. So there are several zones I'm looking at. All right, for GU. Okay, let's go to EU. Let's see what EU has to offer. Maybe it's cleaner. Aha, this one has hit SL. I didn't even call it. Did I call it? I didn't call that. I didn't call that on. Let's see. Maybe EU is cleaner. So on the monthly time frame, I see a beautiful uptrend on EU. All right. Bear in mind the DXY is selling. So EU, we're looking to anticipating buys, okay? And we can clearly see this beautiful structure here, higher highs and higher lows, all right? But of course, it has to sell into the next buy zone. So let's watch what is happening here. We are seeing the sales happening. That was the last low. This is the major thing here, okay? All right, that was the last low here. But looking at this, coming down to the weekly time frame, looking at that, we clearly see that this was the high and the low. So let's look at it. It was doing this, all right, it was doing that. Okay. So we want to see it come all the way. So he is even telling us that this could be the next liquidity to be swept, okay, before it tanks, because this was the last low here. I hope you're following me very well. So the last low here. Okay. This wasn't the high. For people that understand structure, this was the high, this was the low, this is in between. This could possibly be engineered liquidity to be swept before coming down. So we're just going to go with what we see. All right. So currently the market is going up. Let's go to the daily. You can clearly see the market going up right from there. You see, from there it's been going up. It's been going up. Let's see. This is the daily time frame. That was the last high. Okay, last high. Give me a second. Let me look at the weekly again. I hope everybody can see my screen. This is last move to the downside. So I'm going to open it up. We're going to concentrate on this range. It's going up, okay? So that was the last low going up. Let's see it on the daily now. Now we understand what we're looking at. Okay. High, low, low, high, low, buying from here. So it's buying from this zone right here. We're watching it. All right. Started buying from here, gave us like a heads and shoulders on this zone here, and continued going up. This is the 8-hour time frame, by the way. Okay. That was the last low. It's crazy. Oh my God. I'm just following the analysis jejely. Let me see the 4-hour now. Yeah, let's see the 4-hour. Saying the same thing, really. There's really nothing with this USD pairs today. Everything is buying, but we don't know how we can strategically wait for this buy with this kind of structure I'm seeing. It's not clean. It's not clean. Okay, so let's look at the 1-hour. That was the last high. Okay. Possible entry at that zone. But I want to see it pull back. Yeah, so I want to see it sell down at least, okay, at least sell down into this zone, or possibly this zone too. I like this place. This is nice. That's a POI there. All right, that was the place that gave us the next high into this area like that. Okay. Looks like it's showing us a bit of a sharp sell. It's just a small sell I'm seeing. Small sell, but I don't like to counter trend trade anyways. Don't like to counter trend. So on the 15 minutes, okay, I see more structure on the 15 minutes now. I see more structure on the 15 minutes. That's a break of structure here. All right. I like this zone for the 15 minutes. There's a zone right here. I like. Yeah, beautiful zone right there. It's actually beautiful. Beautiful zone right there that I see. So hopefully if it comes down here, this is nice. I see inducement liquidity here. That's engineered liquidity or whatever you want to call it here. Okay. Looking like this might hold so that it can come down. But don't counter trend trade, guys, because I don't know. For now, I don't trust counter trend trading for now. So I can see a nice QM zone forming here. So want to see this thing come down into this zone and take off right back. All right. If you understood what I just did here, put some fives in the chat box because I'm not here to just show you. I want you to learn. We are here to learn. Okay. If you have questions, put it in the chat box. All right. If you understood what we just did now. Beautiful. Beautiful. Uh-huh. All right. Beautiful. So all the USD pairs, because we see the DXY is selling, you see, because the DXY is selling, the USD pairs are shooting off the roof right now. So we have to go with what we are seeing. We're going to go with what we see. You see? Right. So I like this zone here. This is perfect. I see my QM. I see my QM. I see liquidity. Yeah. So I would likely love to wait at this zone for the next buy. I like this zone on the 15 minutes. 15 minutes seems to be giving me the trades now. I want to see that. Yeah. AUD USD reversed on us, eh? Gave us nice trades and just reversed. That's fine. Okay. So yeah, that zone looks correct. I see gap right there. There's a gap here. And I like to see liquidity form in the gaps for gap traders. So they become liquidity. So yeah, that's what I want to see. So I know this looks very much like a good sell zone. If you want to take a chance on it, fine, be my guest. Just a quick sell into this area. A quick sell into this area. A quick sell, all right, into this liquidity. All right, I see liquidity here. It might hold because I see liquidity here for it to sweep and tap into this zone. So yeah, you could be my guest, and once it enters this zone on the 15 minutes time frame, you could actually see a quick sell into this zone, all right, to sweep that liquidity. So yeah, so you can screenshot this. So I'm just going to pull, I'm not going to call the trade, and because I don't want wahala. I don't want wahala. Disclaimer, please do your own research. All right. Okay, so this is what we are seeing with EU. I'm just going to write the buys because I know that this thing is selling. The DXY is currently selling. So buy limits, guys, buy limits. We've not done gold though, my guy. We've not done gold. Buy limit 1.17427. 1.17427. SL 1.17, 1.17348, 1.17348. Yeah, I think Euro USD is clearer than GU for now. 1.174348. TP, we're looking at clearing that high. 1.17796. I'm going to enlarge it again just for everybody. 7796. Okay. All right. Got it? So if you can see, please put some fives. If you can see what I just put up there, put some fives in the chat box. If you can see what I just put up there, put some fives in the chat box. Oi Hamza has been responding. Where's Jay? Where's the Didion? Where's Deborah? All right, beautiful. So, So let's see. Where is Emmanuel Joel Kasim? You see, this thing pained me. It pained me on God. Where is he? Yo, we saw that thing. We saw it. We saw it. NZD USD looks like it's giving the cleanest structure. Like, I mean, come on. NZD USD looks like it's giving the cleanest structure. Look at this trade. Look at this trade, guys. Like, it gave us clear direction, gave us clear structure. We were impatient. Okay, we were impatient. So this thing went, we thought it had left us. It came back. Most of us had cleared our buy limit. I did. I cleared my buy limit. Look at how beautiful NZD USD has been delivering. Beautifully well, if you ask me. I mean, I don't know how we can even continue with this beautiful buy. That's the problem. Let's see. It's just pushing all the way up. Yo, let's look at gold. The abnormal one. It's just running and running. Oh my God. So this is gold. We know it's bullish. There's not too much talk about it. We know it's bullish. We wanted her to come back down here. In fact, now that even US dollar is selling, gold is still pushing up to the next zone. I'm talking about the possible 750. 3,750 is the next zone. It's going to the next zone, 3,750. Let's see how we can catch something here, because and it has to be on the smaller time frame, because she's not even slowing down. The best thing, people don't bother chasing when an asset is just rising, 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 unless you want to take a big risk. You see, unless you want to take a big risk. Where are the gold lovers in the house? All right, so we can clearly see gold is running. She's running. Um, she's clearing all the highs. She's going to 750, 3,750 from my own observation. That was the last break of structure. This is the 1 hour time frame. Let's look at it on the 15, really. Because what can we do? Can't do much. All right, that was the last break of structure. A pull back into the zone. Nice one. All right. Victoria said, see us. So, where have you been? This whole place was so quiet and boring, guys. All right. So, you already know what I'm waiting for. Okay. Looks like she might give us a quick sell into the zone. But in all honesty, this is where I'll be waiting. I'm not going to shout. With the way gold is moving, this is my zone, my next zone. My next zone for the buy here. She's moving crazy. She's moving mad. She's moving mad. She could as well just keep going like this and take out this high, because this is a very good discount zone, and you can clearly see liquidity was swept. So she could just keep going. Let me see how it looks on the 5 minutes. Mm, there could be a quick sell, but please don't sell low. I'm just saying what I'm seeing here, what I'm observing here is a QM zone here. Go back to the 15, so it doesn't look a QM zone here. Okay, I would love to see a pullback into this zone. If not, I'm not going in for the next buy. Yeah, I would love to see a pullback into that zone for the next buy. Okay. This thing is to 750. That's the next touch. Quarters theory to 750. She has done 3,500. She has done 3,500. 3,500. 3,750 is next zone. But let's take it up to here. Let's take it up to here. But I know gold is still going up. Let's take it up to here and call it a day. Let's catch that move. Okay. Yeah. So I'm just going to put this in. Okay. Yeah, yeah, exactly. 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 Guys, you guys stop tapping the screen. I mean, stop tapping the like button. Where are my likes? Where are my likes? Share the link, guys. Share the link to your community, to your friends. Let them come up. I mean, that's the least you could do. Okay? Share the link, guys. Share the link. Share the link. Share the link. Oh, share the link. Share the link. Oh, share the link. Oh, SL 3628. Tap the like button, share the link. Oh, tap the like button, share the link. Oh, 3628. TP. TP is 333. Is it 3660? 3660. All right. Okay. Risk appropriately. All right. Okay. So this is what I'm seeing for gold. I mean, what can I do? So I want to see a quick sell into the zone, because this is also QM. This is also QM, and you can see beautiful. This is a good quick sell into this zone, but I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to try it. I'm not trying it at all. All right. Is it clear? If you are good, let's go to the next one. We are moving very fast today. We are moving very fast. So we've got EU, we've got gold. We've got EU, we've got gold. Are you okay with it? Put some fives in the chat box. Let me see you. Smash that like button. Smash the like button. Smash the like button. Share the link. Share the link. All right. I don't know where Emmanuel is. Where is Emmanuel? So yeah. So let's see. think it was Nas. It was Nas that just kept running up. Yeah, see Nas. Nas went to the moon, left us behind. Nas left us behind, went to the moon. Okay, good, Victoria, great. Nas is just shooting up. Nas came back. If you are in my Telegram channel, you see that I said Nas came back to this zone. All right, Nas came back to this zone and kept pushing up, and she's still pushing up. She's still pushing up. I don't know. This is the 15 minutes. I wonder how I'm gonna make you catch it, but I see something here. Okay, but this is too far off. Too far off, guys. Ish. Just forget about Nas. It has already gone. If you had entered at that zone where I was saying is at the currently at the buy zone, then we were in profit. Yesterday I've been holding this trade, but I took it out when there was a there was this retracement. I took my money. Mm, what again? GJ. Let's look at GJ. Let's look at GJ. Gosh, how I'm running away from GJ. GJ has been showing me pepe. All right, let's look at GJ. Let's see whether her brain is now correct. GJ, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, smash that like button. Smash that. So this is obviously a downtrend. Okay, you can clearly see that's a downtrend. So this is our range. Once you can get the range, you can now get where the market is going to, the direction the market is going to. You can clearly see it's going up from here. All right, there was a bit of an obstruction, but it never broke this low. So this is what we see. There was a bit of it, but it never. So I'm still looking at buys, but let's see. That is on the monthly. Let's see the weekly. Now I'm going to concentrate on what I'm seeing here, and it's been a long time. I've always, I mean, GJ is bullish from this zone. Okay, looking at the weekly. All right, so she's been going high from this point. But of course, we cannot forget that there could be something to give you a pullback to continue just from that zone, give you a pullback to continue the buy. So let's see the daily. Now I want to look at that zone at the daily. So the daily is telling us that yeah, there was a buy structure going on here. Then you can clearly see came to give us that, but obviously it was just a pullback to continue the buy. So we are just going to follow what we are seeing from these zones. Okay, I mean, I'm just going to go with the flow. I'm not thinking anymore. Don't think for the markets. Don't think for the markets. Beautiful buys here. Okay. So we know that this is the zone that we were expecting that sell. All right. Here, because of this, look at the bullish trend going up here, the bullish trend going up there. That was an obvious change of character at that zone. Okay, it now came up here. So we know that this area is funny. That area is funny. And we can clearly see it selling from that area again. But let's come down to a smaller time frame. We've seen what we wanted to see. And what we wanted to see is that she's actually respecting that QM zone where we have the left. Hold on, I just want to measure something, guys. I just want to measure something. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah. So let's concentrate on the cells now. Let's see. Has she actually started the sell from this zone? Oh no. Let's look at smaller time frames. Let's see the 8 hour. So when she got into this zone, when she got into this zone, What's the highest peak? She's been consolidating here. I'm seeing a serious consolidation going on here. Serious consolidation, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. I'm just going to be watching inside this consolidation right there. 4 hour. Let's go to the 4 hour. All right. There's a consolidation going on. And that was the height of that consolidation right there. Now, from the consolidation, of course, from the top of the consolidation, if you want to trade this consolidation, you know you want to be selling at the top and buying at the bottom. We can only try that because this is happening on a high time frame. Other than that, you shouldn't be doing this at home. Okay, so I'm on the 1 hour and I'm not still seeing very good structure here. I'm on the 1 hour, I'm still not seeing what I like, to be honest. GJ. I'm on the 1 hour, still not okay. Now, this is the 15 minutes. I can clearly see from that high, I can clearly see a downtrend playing out right there. But there was something I saw. Now I'm going to take you guys back. There was something I saw. Was it on the weekly? Hold up. So, no, it was the daily. There was something I saw. You see, it's actually consolidating though. There is something I saw here. All right. So it was consolidating here. It broke out. All right. It broke out. It was consolidating here. So follow the story with me. Let me show you guys this. It's a mad setting. It was consolidating at this zone here. Broke out the consolidation lower. Came to a POI here. All right. Came to a POI here. Came up there. All right. Came up there. Broke this high. Broke this high, the high of this consolidation. I'm sure for those people that trade sessions and this thing, they'll tell you that this is some session I don't know about. They'll tell you something about this zone. I don't know anyways, but this is the daily high time frame, daily time frame. So look at that. It broke out into this zone, tapped into this POI, went and broke above that zone, came back into this zone, went up and started consolidating again. So we know this is also a consolidation happening on both sides. Okay, if you ask me, this because this is a sell zone, there's a problem. But if you ask me, this is what I would usually do. Okay, I'd rather concentrate on the buys here. It's crazy. So that's exactly what I'm saying. Unfortunately, it's consolidating on both hands, this zone and this zone. So right now it's selling, and of course, you know, if you're selling here, you know you want to be taking your profit here. It's selling right now. So that's what I wanted to show you. I had to take you back to show you guys that. Okay. So right now it's selling. We can clearly see the last move was below here. Okay. Last zone was here. If you're with me, put some fives. I don't want to lose you guys. I want you to follow the story. Just trade what you see. With these times, just trade what you see. Don't think too much about it. It's selling from the top of the consolidation. That's all I can tell you right now. GJ is selling from the top of the consolidation. If you want to join this sell, what I'm saying is that you gotta wait for a pullback. You just have to wait for a pullback. All right, you just have to wait for a pullback. Very difficult to catch. Very difficult. Yeah, you have to wait for a pullback. It's still dropping. So really, there's nothing I can see in GJ at this time. There's really nothing I can see GJ at this time. I'm not seeing any good structure to get in with, if you know what I mean. Yeah, we know that she has broken structure here. So the only thing you would do is wait for a pullback. Okay, and she's not even returning for me to use my fib. She's not even returning. She's still dropping. because for me to use for my feed to activate, it has to push up a bit. All right, it is not even pushing up a bit, so this thing is free fall. We cannot get in on this trade. We can't, except those that know how to jump in on trades. I'm not good at that, and this, somebody will say this is a falling wedge. Learned that recently again. Falling wedge here. So I don't know. I don't know how to trade this falling wedge. Okay. Okay. So yeah, it's dropping. It's dropping. This is more like a pennant, I think. So for you to enjoy this, they'll say wait for it to break out, then you can go in and continue the drop. Oh, it's been a while, but yeah, that's the only way you can trade this right now in a small time frame. But so far so good. GJ is dropping. All right, GJ is dropping. Now let's look at Euro odd. Let's see, is Euro odd respecting our zone? Or is she playing with us like that? Yeah, I'm still, this is the Euro odd we've been waiting for. I also dropped Euro GBP. Let's see how far. Yeah, we'll look at BTC. Okay, so right now Euro GBP is coming down to the bottom of that channel on the 1 hour time frame. You can see clearly on the 4 hour time frame as well. Okay. Yeah, I'm waiting for it to come up here for the next sell, but it's currently buying into that zone. It's a trap, anyways. If you don't know how to trade, I see something here. It could come down into. Okay, using my QM inside dependence. That's what I'm seeing. Let's look at it on the 2 hour. Yeah, more like it. That's good. That's good. So I think we have something coming in for EG. That's Euro GBP. Euro GBP. I think we have something coming in for Euro GBP. Okay. I'm trying to shift this down so you can see what I'm doing. This is the only thing that justifies that buy. Oh. Please, understand me. Understand me, because if we look at the whole thing, okay, you can clearly see a change of character here. This thing came here, okay, gave us a new low. All right, now pull back into this zone. Okay, pulled back into the zone, a very very good premium zone to continue the sell. However, because I'm an order block trader, I'm more of like a supply zone and trader, OB trader. I will be waiting here because I've not seen liquidity in between. So it looks very much like this is the liquidity is formed. So I want to see it push back into this zone like that from here. I want to see it push back into this zone, okay, for the next drop. And because I'm seeing a pennant here, I mean, what's it called? A parallel channel here. I'm expecting that it's going to come in. Someone said, but it is in my zone, in my buy zone on the 15 minutes. Let's look at that. Are you talking about EG? It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. Too much. This is the kind of setup we also saw on US 30. I can't find that Diolu here. This is the kind of this thing we saw on US 30 as well. We saw that thing on US 30, where we used the parallel channel to justify our QM zone. Okay. Yeah, so I want to see it come into this zone. Okay. And take off, then continue to the downside. All right, Victoria. Let me see the people that came in. Emmanuel, just forget NCD has gone. I mean, but look for a pullback now. Jay Gale, what is that thing you want us to look at? Edidion, Solomon, Deborah, Hamza, I'm sure I've done what you want. Victoria, Joe wanted Joe, yeah, he wanted to say NCD USD. UJ, okay, let's look at UJ. Oh my goodness. Sorry, guys. Um, sorry, guys. Let me share my screen again. Look at that sell. That's to tell you that the US dollar has lost its energy. It has lost strength. It's dropping. It's the meltdown for the US dollar is going to be crazy. It's already happening. Okay. What is our range? Always look for your range. Your range is here and here because I mean this is too much. Okay. Drop. So I came back to this zone here. All right. It came back to that zone there. All right. But we are going to be watching it. Let's see the this is the weekly. Was buying nicely. It's doing exactly what we saw with GJ as well. Okay, nice. So it was buying from here, got here, sold off here, came back to this, did a QM, came back to this sell zone, came back all the way down. All right, now it's moving on. Okay, so let's look at that. Now it's moving on from here. Oh my goodness, what is happening? What am I witnessing? Hold up, guys. Okay. 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 Looking like a clear change of character. The market structure changed at this zone. Unfortunately, It hasn't broken the high. Okay, so of course, after that, you want to see a sell into the zone after the change of character, a sell into the zone. So that was our QM right there. Okay, well, it couldn't break this low right here, did it? No, it did not. It didn't break this low right here. Okay, so we're looking at a small consolidation happening. Instead, it took off for us. So I'm just going to do this now. Okay, so it got into this zone right here, a good premium zone to continue the sell. Okay, I'm going to watch from there now. That was the sell. That was the sell. That was the sell. That was super liquidity. That was the sell. Hasn't broken this low yet. So there's a bit of a problem. Consolidations are going on right now. Remember, the US dollar is weak. The US dollar is weak. Yo, guys, that's a good buy zone. That's a very good buy zone. It's a good buy zone if you ask me. It's a good buy zone. It's a good buy zone, but the dollar is weak. It's a good buy zone, but the dollar is actually very weak. Um, yo, if you want to take a chance, I mean, because that looks good. That looks really good. Really, really good. It looks really good. But remember, it's just for a while. This is because of the consolidation happening here. Let's just take a 1:3 on this one. All right. Emmanuel, how is it going for you? What do you think? That's an instant execution right there. That's an instant execution right there. Are we clear, guys? I'm waiting for nobody's saying anything. That's UJ. I'm just about to enter that trade. Sorry, guys. Give me a second. Last and not the least, guys. Jay said AUDJPY. Okay, let's see. Oh, I remember we took this trade. It got to first TP and turned back. I remember this trade. Let's do it together and then we call it a day. I wanted to look at BTC. Guys, give me a second, please. Please, please, please. Before I forget. I need to see BTC. What's BTC doing there? Second, please, guys. Ah, same old, same old. Let me just take this out so that this one goes out. It's dropped and turned back from here. Yeah, that was the entry right there. Sorry, guys. Give me a second. Sorry. Yeah, so it was giving us break of structure. So it's currently at a sell zone. The BTC is currently at a sell zone. You could actually wait for extra confirmation to be sure that it's going to sell. Yeah, but BTC is at a sell zone. Okay, BTC is currently at a sell zone. Um, it bought all the way here. All right, wasn't able to break this zone, but yeah, it's currently at a sell zone. Bit of a consolidation going on. All right, let's look at AUDJPY and we call it a day. AUDJPY. Let's go to the monthly. All right. Smash that like button, guys. Smash that like. Yeah, UJ was it was an instant execution. UJ was an instant execution. It was an instant buy. Just a 1:3, guys. 1:3. If you're risking $1, you're making $1 on that trade because it's consolidating. But just it could go against us. So why? Because remember, the dollar is very very weak right now. So JPY could push it down, but it's currently resting on a buy zone. That's why we are taking that trade. Okay. So now I'm looking at the AUDJPY, and same old, same downtrend. All right. Same downtrend. So that was our high right there. Please don't risk. You see, I didn't drop that because I know that the dollar is weak. It's a chance we are taking. Don't just enter with your full head like that. No, it's a chance we are taking. So AUDJPY, all right, and that was our low right here. So that's our range. So right now it got there, came back into this zone right here. Okay, so that's what we see. Let's see the weekly. All right, resting here, currently on the way to the top, probably to come to the next sell zone. Okay, so we're just going to go with the flow. We're going to go with the flow. Yeah, so yeah, okay. So looking at that, it started with the sell from here. After the buy, broke structure. Same thing that is happening on the GJ, if you ask me. There's a zone right there. Okay, there's a zone right there. This was the internal structure, break of structure here. Internal break of structure right there. Okay. So what are we going to do? Take it. Remember, this was also a very valid zone. It might not come up here because that was a valid zone to continue the sale, and it did come. So right now we're going to concentrate on this zone right here. All right, let's call it a day. All right, that's good. Now, there's a buy going on from here. Consolidation in a consolidation. So we're just going to focus on what we're looking at. Let's see the. I want to see the 4 hour. So look at that. That's a beautiful buy going on the 4 hour. But it got to that obstruction. So, but we cannot turn to start selling until she breaks this zone right there. We are not selling. No. So we continue the buy. Let's see on the 2 hour. No. It's break of structure here. So it's selling into the next. Ooh, look at that gap. Yo. I mean, this is a giveaway. It's selling, at least you know that it's selling into that gap. Okay. So I would concentrate on the cells if you ask me. Let's use the fib. Okay. So it came into this is beautiful. Why? Because my theory works very well here. My theory is in the 50-61 zone is usually where you find gaps. And gaps are where liquidities are formed. So you could take a gap entry, like the 6150 zone, good entry into here in this zone for to continue the buy. Okay, to continue the buy to the high. Hopefully it will break. If it doesn't, fine. You just take your profit and you're out. So there's a zone. It could come here. It could do this here from here, and then do that and then go. Okay, that's my own theory with the markets. Um, so what I'm seeing right here is that it's currently in a buy zone. It's currently in a buy zone, but you have to verify that that zone is ready to buy before you get in. Okay, it's currently. I would love to see it fill up this gap at least to the 50%. At least to the 50%. Right now, this looks like a fair heads and shoulders for the sell from this upside here. Fair heads and shoulders there. Fair, fair, fair. Yeah. But it's done its work now. It's looking like it could go up from this zone. Let's see 15, 5. Yeah, if I see a break of structure here, an internal break of structure right there, I wouldn't mind. It's a scalp. It's a scalp. Oh, this is a scalp. It's a scalp. I'm going to just set. If not, it's going to keep selling. Let's make it here. I like that. So on the 15 minutes. Yeah. If not, yo, this thing is still selling. Okay. So it is actually in that gap. It could buy from that gap, okay, for a bit, then continue. downward, it could do that. But you can see AJ is a bit complicated, especially if you are not very good at following. So this is what we are seeing right now. We are seeing that gap here. She could actually do this. All right. She could come back, sweep that liquidity, come all the way down. Now, until she breaks this zone, we are not sure that this thing is going to sell back into this zone. Okay, but she hasn't broken that zone yet. So we are still buying. We're still buying. It's complicated right now. She's taking off from a gap. I would say stay away from AJ, really. Stay away from AJ unless you have a confirmation that that buy is actually happening. I've already set an alert here. I would even want to see it come this into 50% of this gap. It hasn't really fully closed the gap, which is why you should be careful. Okay, if it closes the gap fully, then I'm seeing something. Hold up, I just saw something. Yeah, I want to see it come into this zone before it goes up again. Yeah, that's what I want to see. I want to see that happen. Yeah, I want to see that come. I want to see it come into that zone some more. So we're going to wait. I want to see it come into that zone some more. I'll be waiting actually. Let it come into that zone some more. I'm even seeing a zone here for the next sales around here. So I mean for the next buy. So let's wait. We have to be very patient. If we used our fib, we'll be waiting here in this zone here. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So I guess we'll call it a day, guys. Go and practice. Every day show up. It doesn't matter what the market is doing. Just show up. Look at the charts. Enjoy it. Right now, I'm looking at the Euro odd and Euro GBP. Euro GBP. I want to see it enter there. So I'm just going to be dropping the analysis, guys. I'll be dropping the analysis. But UJ, let me see. Is it going through? So UJ is in profit. Congratulations that got into congratulations to those that got into UJ. UJ is in profit. That was an instant execution. Okay, UJ is in profit. It's in profit right now. $146.455. For 146.446. Okay, to SL. Instant oh, but please don't enter with, please risk appropriately. 145.876. Okay. CP 148.775. All right, so that's it. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. See you next week. Bye for now. Please be active on the new Telegram channel. I'm shifting, I'm moving channel. I'm moving from the group to the channel so I can see those that are really active, because in the group I can't really tell who is active and who's not. So I made a channel where we can even talk, you know. Very soon I'll even close it because people are taking advantage of it. So love you guys. Thank you so much. Mwah. Bye for now.